everyone. Welcome to Hbcu Drumline Talk. My name is Ricardo, and I'm joined with Elijah Powell, and together we're the host of Hbcu Drumline Talk podcast. And, we've had some great guests come on the cast recently and in the past episodes. And I just want to say thank you to everyone who's tuned in. Thank you to everyone who's subscribed as well. And most importantly, before we even jump into this episode, I just want to wish everyone to be safe and stay warm. We've been watching the news a lot of snow blizzards happening out there in places that they normally don't happen. So just please stay warm. And, Elijah, I think back a long time ago when I used to march in the marching band and drumline and had my stand as a drumline captain. There were several times where, I would go to a PASIC or I would go to a NAMM show, and I really didn't get the gist of, like the stick tricks until I saw like the DCI individuals, like snare competition or the DCI multi-tenor competitions, or just seeing another drumline from a distance do like a lot of tricks with the snare drum itself. And I think about this episode, and today we have a special guest, and I'd like to welcome everybody, or I'd like to welcome Mr. Marcus Joyner. And he'll be joining us today on our podcast. So we want to welcome you to come on at this point. So thank you.
Yeah, anytime, man. I really appreciate the opportunity of being on this podcast.
Hey, no problem. Thanks for coming on.
Yes, sir.
All right. So we're not going to waste no time. So what or who influenced you to start playing drums?
All right. We're just going to start from the beginning. I actually started playing like drum set when I was like real young. Christmas, we got a drum set, me and my brother, and we started playing drum set and everything, but we kind of put that down and we started playing basketball, football, baseball. We was in the sports. I'm from the country, from Warren County, so it's nothing but wide open area to go outside and go play. And that's what my grandmother encouraged me to do. Go outside and go play. Outside playing basketball, we playing baseball, we playing football, kill the man with the ball. That's what we used to call it.
Right.
So basically I was a real sports head. When the movie Drumline came out, I was like, oh, that's dope. That's nice. I like that. I could probably do that. So I actually picked up some sticks. And at the time, my cousin was actually dating the section leader of Warren County High School's Drumline. And I was like, and he used to come around and he used to have his sticks and he would be playing this and playing that. I'm like, yeah, that's actually cool. I like that. So I want to be in the band. I want to play drums. So I picked up the sticks and I started learning. Especially after the movie came out. And I'm like, yeah, that looks easy. I can probably do that. Of course, the movie was movie magic and you had all these different, all right, so-and-so was playing, but Nick Cannon wasn't playing. Nick Cannon was shown right here, but so-and-so was playing. And it's like, all right, I didn't know that back then. I like everybody else thought that wasn't educated and wasn't in the drumline world or the percussion world. They always thought, oh, Nick Cannon's a beast, this and that. So I'm like, you know what? They're going to make a second movie. They always make sequels to movies. And I was 10 years old when this movie came out. I'm like, they always make sequels to movies. What's the likeliness of me going to the NBA or the NFL or the MLB, being from a small town called Warren County, North Carolina? I can put on. It's only a handful of people that went to the NFL from Warren County, and that was Randy Jordan, Marvin Towns. A handful of people. I really got to think about it. Which is so crazy. I'm like, all right, nobody went to the MLB, nobody went to the NBA. Not saying that we didn't have potential. Like Warren County had the potential for anybody to do whatever. Yeah. But I was like, what's the likeliness of me getting a full scholarship to college, going to a D1 school, playing basketball, playing football, whatever. And back then, when I was 10 years old, I was like this big. Like literally, I was small. So only thing that I had to offer was I had hands, I could throw, I could catch, and I could run. I was fast, but I was small. So I was like, well, let me get this drumline thing a shot. And that's how I met Mr. Whitehead and Mr. Taylor Whitehead. That is my man's from ever since I was about 9, 10 years old. Like he looked at me like his protege, his son. Like not just oh yeah, he's gonna be the next big and up and coming thing. Nah, he looked at me as it's more than just drums. It's more than just music. And he really influenced me to go further and take bigger steps than what I've ever taken in my life, even when I left high school. But yeah, long story short is like, all right, 5th grade, I'm learning how to play this and that. And he was like, hey, you want to do a drumline solo? You want to do a snare solo in this competition? So Warren County used to have this big, it's like the biggest competition on the East Coast, the biggest drumline competition on the East Coast. And Mr. Whitehead used to get so many people, so many great drumlines, so many great bands, so many great programs just to come all the way to little old Warren County and showcase their ability, showcase their talent. And we always had great judges, always did that. He made sure like it won't just gonna be off HBCU, it won't gonna be HBCU based, it won't gonna be okay DCI based, it wasn't gonna be okay SWAC based or MEAC based, CIAA based. He had judges that was always diverse. And that's one thing that he actually taught me when I was in the drum line, when I was in the percussion section there. He's like, yeah, you could play like you're in the MEAC, you could play like you're in the CIAA, you could play like you're in the SWAT, you could play like you're in DCI or whatever. So I actually studied a whole lot of different styles and a whole lot of different programs, and every single year I just kept getting better, kept elevating, and he just kept pushing me. So that's one person that's like the main influence.
Okay. Any more? Or that was it? That was.
Oh no, it's definitely a lot of people. If you want.
Yeah, I got
you. my older brother, CJ Cleveland Joyner III. He started before me, of course. He was a section leader the year that I got to the drum line. I was only in 6th grade in the Hbcu Drumline, so I'm real small.
Yeah.
10, 11 years old, I'm real small. And like as a big brother, it's a Hbcu Drumline. As a big brother, in my mind, what I would think, I don't want my little brother in this drumline with us, but he can keep up. And Whitehead was like, yeah, we putting him on. My brother would just push me like, okay, if you want to be on this line, you're going to have to grow up. You ain't no little kid. You ain't cute. This ain't no cute little drum line. You all little, but nah, you in a big boy's drum line now. I'm like, okay, cool. So I actually learned a lot from my brother. So I was in the drum line with my brother for like 3 years, and then he actually graduated and went to North Carolina Central University, and he played snare drum. He's played snare drum there for 5 years. So it was literally every single break, like spring break or Christmas break, Thanksgiving, he would come home. Summer break, he would come home and just teach me all this college material. And I'm nothing but 12, 13, 14 at the time, and I'm learning college material from my older brother. And it's like, all right, I'm learning this from him, and I'm teaching the older guys in the drum line. That's in 11th, 12th grade, and I'm only in 9th grade. So I like to say, yeah, I was kind of running my drum line when I was in 9th grade, 8th, 9th grade. So that was a great experience. That's my brother that really pushed me. And he still pushed me to this day. Whitehead, Mr. Whitehead still pushed me to this day. Another person that pushes me it's a lot of people that push me. It's
Gotcha.
It's a non-ending factor on people that push me, and
basically you got a lot of people in your corner, and that's good.
Yeah, definitely.
That's really good.
Definitely.
We're in your corner as well. So I just want you to know that.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Oh, of course, Mr. Powell, Mr. Elijah Powell. I've been looking at him for a while. And
I want to say, my first time meeting you, I think you was in 8th grade, but you was on tenor drum.
Well, 8th grade, I was there. 7th grade, 6th and 7th grade, I was on tenor drum.
Might have been 6 or 7. I forgot why we was there, but yeah, you was about yay high.
Yeah, I was like a good, like 4'11".
Yeah, that's my first time meeting you, and then we was cool since then. Yeah, and like I said, shout out to Whitehead, Mr. Whitehead. He got me my first judging gig, and ever since then, I've been blessed with a lot of judging competitions and stuff. So talk to us about the success you and Warren County had, while in high school. And I've seen you guys a lot, like I said, from judging competitions. And what do you contribute that success to?
Okay. So the success that we had while I was in middle school and high school at Warren County, so we started going to nationals, and nationals is the national band competition. It started with asymmetric. I want to say asymmetric with Rodney Chambers. So he started everything, and he just basically he's bringing bands from all around the East Coast. I don't think anybody from the West Coast or the Midwest ever came. Well, Midwest, you had like Whitehaven, and you had like people from the Midwest, but nobody from the West Coast.
Yeah,
I don't think so. But that started in like 2005, and so every single year we would always be like, okay, we want to go to nationals. We want to win. We want to win trophies. Like it was easy, or it was what we did every single weekend. We would do band competition. Well, we would do football games on Fridays, and then Saturdays was band competitions. And we would go against the local bands like Northwest, Southeast, Southern Durham, Hillside, Highland Springs. Highland Springs is not local, but but right here in North Carolina, Virginia area. So we would go against them like almost every weekend or whatever. But like nationals was when we would go against everybody from North Carolina, Virginia, DC,
Atlanta,
South Carolina,
Georgia,
Atlanta, Alabama, Michigan, everywhere. So yeah, and when we would get against all these different people, we would see the different styles. And one thing that I realized was like, okay, we have 3 different judges. I learned this in high school. We got 3 different judges, so we got to learn what their technique is, what their style is, and we got to implement something in the show that we're doing something for each judge, so they would like it. So Mr. Whitehead actually, he would sit us down. He would put in front of us like Albany State. He would put on videos of Jackson State, put on videos of PV, Fairview, Virginia State, Norfolk State, North Carolina Central University, A&T, John C. Smith, everybody. Like he would literally put on videos for us and make us watch them and look at the different styles and see how we can implement everything and still sticks. Okay. So boom, success that we had because we wasn't biased. And what's so crazy is Mr. Whitehead is not a percussionist at all. At all. Yeah. You give him some sticks, he'll probably look crazy holding them. Yep. But he has the mindset of band. He has the band mindset. So he knows what it takes to be great. So he would teach us, and he would pull that greatness out of us to boom, skyrocket, take it here, take it there. And so we won a good, like at nationals, we won a good, I say about 9-10 nationals while I was there. Yeah. With Drumline, just the Drumline show. Drumline show wise, the next day was whole band, and we will win like a lot of in our class. We was in a smaller class. We was in class A, class 1A. They went all the way up to 4A. Yeah. But we was in 1A. We would win a lot of stuff in our class, but we would never make it to the. We would make it to the second day, but we wouldn't make it to the top because we was always small. But long story short, it's like everybody knew about Warren County Drumline because of the work ethic that Mr. Whitehead taught us. And what we put in, the heart and the love and the joy that we put into our drums, we laid it all out on the court, on the field, wherever we went. And we put it all out there. We never had a percussion instructor. Yeah. Never. The only thing that we really honestly had was Mr. Whitehead would bring different people in, like Terrell Smith. He would, I'm pretty sure you came in a couple times. He would teach us different things. He would bring in college students from Virginia State, from Central, from A&T. Like he would bring in different people. Like, hey, come to Warren County real quick. Here goes some gas money real quick. Come show my boys something real. They're gonna be here. They're willing to learn. But long story short is like we never had a percussion instructor that was there on our tails 100% of the time.
Yeah.
So it's like, is that on me or?
No, you good.
You good?
Okay. So it's like, all right, once we learn this and learn that, they're gone the next day. So it takes a leader to remember what he taught the snare drums, the tenor drums, the quints, the bass drums, the cymbals. Because I mean, in high school, you know, high schoolers got short attention spans.
Yeah.
You know, but with me being the leader that I was and how it was taught, I would learn everything. I would learn everything that was taught. And I'd be like, okay, this is what was taught, because the next day, y'all are not there. Y'all come down for a day, maybe 2 days. But like I said, Warren County is in the middle of nowhere. It's the country. So it really took strong-minded people to really make it happen. And Mr. Whitehead was one of those strong-minded people that would teach other people how to be strong-minded, regardless of how old you are.
Yeah. Like I said, Mr. Whitehead knows band, man. He knows band. He knows what it takes, you know.
Right.
And he's going to use his resources to make it happen.
Big facts.
Yes.
Yeah, we want to give shout outs to Mr. Taylor Whitehead again. He did some great things down there in Warren County. So, Mr. Joyner, you've actually pretty much summed up a lot of things. You started out at a young age, right?
Yes,
I
sir.
think one thing that really, if you don't mind me saying, that helped you out, that gave you a leg up at this point, it gave you some opportunity to advance real quickly, is you had your older brother come back and really work with you. So I can only imagine if I had someone, you know, an older sibling that came back and they went to a school and they were in the drum line and say, hey, look, start working on this, start working on this, start working on this. Man, by the time I got to, you know, high school, it'd be my show pretty much. But,
Right.
But you know, this is living proof of what happens when you have somebody come back and, hey, look, take you up under their wing, whether it be a mentor, family member, brother, and just shows you the ropes. And I think that was really great, because now you have really, you know, advanced really quickly. And now you're teaching folks, I wouldn't say teaching, but showing folks or teaching folks how they can also be better on a high school level. And you're just a freshman per se. So you've been real successful through high school at this point. Got your accolades. You guys have won, like I said, 9 to 10 nationals with your Steel 6, right?
Yeah, Steel 6.
Steel 6. Okay, so now you're finished with that. You graduate. You're into North Carolina Central, right? You're there, and you're starting to march with them. What position did you hold in the drumline, and describe marching for North Carolina Central?
Okay, well, how about I go back a little bit before? So, of course, you know, I applied to a lot of different schools. I really wanted to go to Bethune. I wanted to go to Norfolk. I wanted to go to Virginia State. I wanted to go a lot of places, a lot of different places. Actually, what really held me back from, well, not really, I'm not going to say held me back, but what stopped me from going to all these different places that was here and there, that was far away from my house. I was raised by my grandmother. My grandmother raised me. She was 86 at the moment when I graduated. And I had all these different scholarship offers from so many different schools, so many different HBCUs. And I'm like, yeah, I want to go here. I want to go there. But, you know, it was way too far. You couldn't drive your freshman year and all this other stuff. And my grandmother was just like, I want to say that she kind of knew that she only had a couple more years left, and she wanted me to be close. So, I mean, of course, you know, I had a scholarship at North Carolina Central University. It was kind of like a cakewalk. I'm not going to say it was a cakewalk, because it's never a cakewalk transitioning from high school to college. You're on your own. But it was like, okay, a lot of people knew that, okay, yeah, he's going to follow his brother. He's going to go to North Carolina Central University. Boom, 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 this, and that. He's going to take over there. And I didn't want that. I didn't want to be the child to be like, yeah, he's just going to follow his brother. I'm my own person. And I always do whatever I want to do and what I feel. My grandmother was just like, hey, how about you just go to North Carolina Central University? You're right down the street. It was like, it's only an hour away from the house. She was like, you can come home whenever you want. You can drive your freshman year there. You can do this. You can do that. You can come home. I'll cook for you. And I'm like, okay.
It's nothing like going home. Nothing like
Nothing
going
like
home.
going home. And I tell you
Right.
one thing: every single weekend, I go get that Sunday dinner.
Right.
I get that Sunday dinner and she'll wash my clothes. It was nothing like that. But like I said, if I would have went to Bethune, if I would have went all the way to Florida, if I would have went to Norfolk State, if I would have went to Virginia State, if I would have went to South Carolina State, if I would have went to wherever, FAMU, wherever I would I was thinking about going, I was gonna be stuck basically. Because I couldn't drive my freshman year there. And then thinking about 18, do I want to drive 12 hours away?
Well, you'd have been good at Virginia State. I would have had you.
Yeah, I would have been good at Virginia State.
I would have had you. You'd have been good.
I would have been good. Yeah. But yeah, so I just stayed in North Carolina. So yeah, get to North Carolina and everything, and audition. I made the snare line. Boom. Freshman year, I'm cool. Like, matter of fact, after I graduated, I actually moved down here with my brother. I moved into my brother's apartment going into my freshman year, the summer. So I'm chilling with a lot of drumline guys. Like the year I graduated was the year that my brother graduated from Central. So that was his last year, and the next year I was coming in. So I'm over here chilling with all the people in the drumline and everything. Everything's cool. Boom, boom, boom. Learning different things, learning different material. Because one thing about my brother, he never came and taught me the right material. He would always teach me versions of it.
Yep.
He's like, nope, you're not gonna play the whole thing that we played.
Yeah.
Like, y'all gonna play a little version of it.
Yeah.
And then that's it. So when I got here over the summer, like everybody was just teaching me everything. Like boom, boom, boom. So I'm thinking, I'm gonna be good. Band camp come through, boom, 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 be straight. Nah, it's different. College is way different. So I had to get that mindset where, okay, yeah, I know I'm good. I'm great at what I do, but I gotta stay humble on how I do it. And even though I'm real cool with everybody that watched my brother, they told me straight up, nah, don't talk to us. Talk to your freshman brothers. Talk to your freshman brothers and freshman sisters, because before the whole drumline gets tight, y'all gotta be tight within each other. Yeah. When y'all get tight within each other, y'all get tight with the whole drum line. When everybody is glued in together, that way the whole drum line is great.
Yep.
So
that's a good point.
Yeah, it was a great point. Like, it doesn't matter if I know you. Yeah, I know you. You CJ's little brother. Boom, boom, boom. That's cool. Don't talk to me though. Get acquainted with your freshman brothers and your freshman sisters. Yeah. And in other cases, your crab brothers, your crab sisters. You know what I'm saying? So I had to adjust to that. Like, oh my God, I only know them, but I gotta know these people now. Like, they come from everywhere else. Some people not as good as me. Some people can read way better than me. Well, I'll put this out there right now. I didn't know how to read when I got to college. I did not know how to read music when I got to college.
So it's a learning process, right?
Yeah, definitely. It was hard because I was like, man, why do I gotta learn how to read music? I gotta learn how to read music, and I gotta go to school, get up at 7 o'clock every morning to go to class at 8 o'clock, whatever. Oh, I missed a whole bunch of my classes my freshman year, but I made up for it. Definitely made up for it.
Yeah.
So yeah, boom. Throughout the whole freshman year at North Carolina Central University, they basically put me in charge of the freshman class in the percussion section. And they was like, all right, there's no reason why you should know all this material, and your freshman brothers and your freshman sisters don't know it. So that means you got to push them to learn whatever you know. And they got to be able to play it with confidence and all this other stuff, like they're a part of the actual line. Because of course, we got checkoffs and all the other stuff. And if you don't know it, you can sit down. And you would hate that for somebody that you've been practicing with all night, this and that. You going over this, we all going over it all together, and we not all playing. You got two people sitting down. You hate that. Well, for me, I hate that. I don't want to see the people that put in the hard work, and we get to the actual gig or the actual performance, and you mess up. You don't know it. You're not confident, and you gotta sit down. I would hate that for you.
Yeah.
But I just basically really had to get everybody together, make sure everybody was on the same mindset. Like, yes, we're here for school first. We know that we're here for school first, but we're not gonna march. Everybody's not gonna march on Saturday at the game if everybody don't know everything. And another thing, when I was in college, my brother, he had just graduated, so he was going into his career field and everything. But I would always talk to him, and I'll be like, "Hey, what do you think? What advice do you think you can give me?" He's like, first thing he told me, it's 24 hours in a day. 24 hours in a day. It's all about time management. How many hours are you gonna spend on homework? How many hours are you gonna spend on going to class? How many hours are you gonna spend sleeping? How many hours you gonna spend practicing with your freshman brothers, your freshman sisters?
Mm-hmm.
So he's like, it's 24 hours in a day. You gotta organize every single thing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dang, a lot of people don't have that for real. Cause like once you turn 18, boom, you out. You out the house, you in college, it's time to figure it out on your own. But good thing about us, like about me, I had my older brother. We had the drumline, we had our percussion instructor, Dr. Lawhorn. Mm-hmm. Like they was on our side. Of course, it wasn't easy, but they was on our side. Like we're gonna dig in you, but we doing this for a reason, so you can come back next year. We don't want you to be a one-hitter quitter, a 1 year and you out.
Yeah. We
want you to come back. We want you to do good. We want you to graduate. So, as a matter of fact, I was section leader at North Carolina Central the second half of my sophomore year. So I had to step up real quick. And actually be a collegiate section leader, because it's easy. Like it was easy in high school. Like, okay, I could teach this, I could teach that, but actually teaching 40 people, like instructing, not instructing, but leading 40 people. That's like, and half of them older than me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm only 19 at this moment. So it's like I had to really step up. But everything was great. Like once everybody figured out, like, yeah, we know he could play. He could play, but can he lead?
Yeah. Gotcha.
And once I had to step up to the table, I let everybody know, like, yes, I can lead. I'm a leader.
Well, Mr. Joyner, would you mind if I call you Marcus or Mr. Joyner?
You can call me Marcus, brother. Okay.
So Marcus, you touched on some things that I wanted to talk about real quick, and you talk about leader. And I think that was, you've already had that in you up until that point, going through Warren County and everything. I just think it's really great. It's not too many people that come into a drum line and can be a section leader starting at a sophomore. And I believe you sophomore, junior, senior, right? Mm-hmm. You were the section leader. I think that's really challenging. You might, correct me if I'm wrong, Elijah, you might get 1 year as a drumline leader or a drum captain.
It depends on the person and your skill level and your leadership skills.
Yeah, so that says something about you right there. So you have now gone through North Carolina Central. You come in as a freshman. You go through some humbling things. Everybody sees you as the superstar kid. But hey, wait a minute! Before you can even have this, you have to wait your turn as well. So you go through there. You're a drumline captain in your sophomore, and you take that all the way through until you graduate, right? So now, after you graduate, you have pretty much finished at this point. I want you to talk about the sound that you have now developed.
So, real quick, I actually didn't graduate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, didn't graduate from North Carolina Central University. I did my 4 years, and I'm gonna do 5 years. I gotta do 5 years. I never went back yet. But
it's okay.
My 4th year, we was doing concert band season and everything, symphonic band, and I'm just like, all right, this is my 4th year. I know I'm gonna have, because I messed up my freshman year, like I said. Yeah. So I was gonna have another year to actually finish. So I'm like, all right. I actually put the sticks down. I was like, I'm not gonna play anymore. I'm about to focus on getting my degree and getting a regular job like everybody else do.
Okay.
That was my mindset. All right, I'm done. I'm like, it's been 12 years since they came out with Drumline, the first movie. How can I make this an actual living for me?
Yeah.
And I'm like, my senior year in college, you're 21. You're like, all right, what's next?
Yeah.
All right, I already got to do an extra year. I really got to figure out what I have to do for myself, because I'm a grown man.
Mm.
So I put the sticks down, and I stopped playing for about 5 days.
5 days, right?
For about 5 days, literally
Yep.
for about 5 days. And I get a text message from Mr. Whitehead. Mr. Whitehead was like, hey, get to Atlanta this weekend. Drumline 2 auditions. I'm like, man, it's been 12 years. They really making a Drumline 2 right now? He was like, yep, you got to get to Atlanta this weekend. I was like, wow. I'm a senior in college. I'm trying to focus on my schoolwork. I got a little regular job. I was working at Food Lion. I was working at the grocery store.
Yeah.
I'm making probably about maybe 150 every 2 weeks. $150 every 2 weeks.
Dang.
How am I gonna make it to Atlanta from North Carolina? I don't got no car.
Yeah.
Like I'm basically a broke college student. That 150 went straight to whatever I had to do for food, for books, for rent, whatever, wherever I was staying at, for me to live. And I'm like, I was really in the trenches back then at that point.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I can't make it to Atlanta. I don't got no money. I'm a grown man. I'm not gonna ask nobody for nothing. I'm a grown man. I'm not gonna make it. But I talked to my cousin, and my cousin was like, man, you tripping, bro. You tripping. This is why you started playing drums in the first place. This is why you quit playing sports, and you said they're gonna make a second movie, and you was gonna be in that second movie. And he was like, man, I don't care how much money you got in your pocket. You gotta make it happen. And I'm like, all right, you right. So I got some motivation. That was some motivation right there. So I just Googled ways to make money by playing drums. And I seen bucket drummers on the side of the street. They would get, little tips and everything for playing on the buckets and everything.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, that's in DC, that's in New York, that's in Louisiana and everything where it's a lot of traffic. Am I really gonna make a lot of money right here in Durham, North Carolina? I was like, well, it don't hurt but to try.
Right.
So I went out. I ain't bring no buckets. I brought my snare drum, and I'm just playing snare drum. And I got a box out there, got a bucket out there. On the bucket it said, trying to get to Atlanta this weekend, and I want to audition for Drumline 2. When like had Nick Cannon's face on it and everything, this and that. So a lot of people would see everything that I could do. I could play. I could really play. And they're like, oh yeah, he's gonna make it. Boom. They throwing me $5, $1, $2, $3, $5, $20, sometimes $50. I was like, wow. So all the way up and like I was playing for about like 2 hours, and I look at my bucket, and it's like $500 in there.
Okay, it's closed. There
And
it
I was
is.
like, oh, I can buy a bus ticket. Boom. I can buy a bus ticket, get to Atlanta. I can figure it out. $500. That's enough for me to get to Atlanta and come back, audition, come back. Boom. So, yeah. I actually had a friend that went and auditioned. She was a dancer. So she was driving out to audition. So I caught a ride with her and gave her gas money and everything. And so yeah, we went to go audition, and it's like literally 800 drummers out there, 800 people trying to be in the Drumline movie, and they're all percussionists from everywhere, every single HBCU you can think about. And I'm like, it's about to be kind of hard.
Yeah.
About to be kind of hard.
Yeah.
But I was like, nah, it's cool. I'm good. Like my charm speaks for itself. My playing ability speaks for itself. The way I carry myself speaks for itself, because you gotta learn a lot when you're in college. You learn a lot, not just about going to school, not just about playing in drumline. You have to learn character. You have to learn persona, how to greet yourself with, how to greet people. You know what I'm saying? How you're gonna portray yourself to other people.
Right,
So once I learned that, it's like, okay, all right, it's not just about drums. I could be the best percussionist in the world, but if I got a terrible attitude, what's the point of me being in touch with you? Like, there's no point. Yeah. So it's like I humbled myself really, really well. So yeah, when I auditioned the first day, we just learned a whole bunch of cadences and it was easy cadences just to see, all right, who can keep up, who can dance, who can march and play at the same time. Real simple stuff. So the second day was just basically, all right, everybody, you got your solo pieces, you got your audition pieces. Let's go. Who's first? Second day was 400 people. They cut 400 people the first day. The second day was like 400 people. Who's first? Who's coming up to the stage first? Everybody's looking around. I'm the only little kid from North Carolina. I'm like, I ain't come all the way out here for nothing. I get my tail up. I walk up on that stage. I got my drum. I got my stand. Got my sticks. And I start going in. I went in, and boom, it was just like that. You had like Don P. Roberts. He's like the musical director of Drumline. Drumline Live. He runs all of the DeKalb County bands out in Atlanta, Georgia. Don P. Roberts was watching. You had Brian Snell that was judging. You had the directors of the movie that really didn't know anything about drumming and percussion like that, but they would see if you was good or not. But you had a lot of people that was right there in front of you just watching. Yeah. So boom, it's like, all right, I don't know half of these people. I've heard of half of these people, but I don't really know them like that. So I'm just like, I'm performing like it was like I was in college, or like I'm auditioning for a college scholarship, or I'm auditioning for whatever. I'm doing a competition. Like I'm performing like with the mindset like I'm going in, all the way in. First one, boom, I finished. It was perfect. Yeah. It was great. And I'm like, all right, cool. So, but that was kind of nerve-wracking because I had to wait for 400 other people to go ahead and audition. Yeah. So I'm just like, all right, what can I do for this next 5-6 hours?
Yeah. Well, you brought up some good things there, and I think what we were looking at is, like I said, yeah, you do have to be personable, you have to be charming, you know, outside of the playing ability, and you had to shine. And what I was getting at is that, you know, your experience going through high school, doing the college, being a drumline captain in college, you have developed your own sound. And I was just curious, man, how would you describe the Marcus Joyner sound or playing style?
Oh man. All right. So the Marcus Joyner sound or playing style would kind of be like if you want to put in context, it would kind of be like a mixture between CIAA, MEAC, DCI, and straight entertainment. I really I'm still like right here. I want to learn the swag style. I want to learn that molar stroke, like that swag style. I want to learn it. It's hard. I'm not gonna lie. That's something unique. Like I can mimic it all the time, but it's nothing like the way like I actually didn't really. I didn't like their style in the beginning, but until I actually got with somebody that played with Jackson, that played with Southern, that played with, you know, and I'm just like, okay, y'all are actually playing, but you can't really tell because of the tuning and all. Well, if you're not there physically, when you just see it on video and you get a bad video, it just sounds cluttered, or all you see is this and whatever. But when I actually seen and learned exactly what they're playing and what they're doing, I'm like, okay, I respect it. But the difference between with me, I'm a straight DCI, MEAC, CIAA, entertainment type guy. Like I can play the beats, I can write them out, I can play whatever you want me to play. I can, you know, right now I got teacher's hands, and quarantine hands, so I ain't say I'm up there like that, but I can still play.
Yeah, right.
But what I did realize, like throughout the years after college, is like when you're playing for a group, when you're playing for a crowd with 10,000 people, how many out of those 10,000 people know what a triple Hbcu with an accent on 3 is? Nobody.
It's gonna be hard to find them.
I'm not gonna say nobody. I'm gonna say probably out of those 10,000 people, probably like a good 10.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, don't nobody want to really. I'm not gonna say don't nobody, but when you're doing like big shows like that, they don't want to see you straight playing rudiments and going straight in and playing all the beats that you learned from the age that you was 10 to right now. So they want to see the flashy stuff. They want to see everything that you can do with the sticks, the stick tricks. They want to see all that. So I definitely mastered a whole bunch of stick tricks. I had to learn it because, of course, it's visual appeal. Like, it's appealing to the eye. You learn all these different stick tricks. You're doing all this other stuff, this, and that. So, like, stick tricks, that's a big factor when you're doing. It all depends on, like I said, when I was younger and I was in high school, who are you performing for? Who are you playing for? What judges are you playing for? What would they like? So when you're playing for 10,000 people, what would these 10,000 people like? They want a nice groove. They want you to keep it in the pocket. They want you to play fast. And they want you to do a lot of stick tricks.
Yeah.
And then you can throw in some good rudiments in there, whatever. Throw some good rudiments, change the accents on it, play it real fast, play it, play it real slow, bring it up fast, and they'll enjoy it. But at the end of the day, what they want to see what catches their eye.
Yeah.
There it is, folks. You heard it from the man himself, Marcus Joyner, letting you know what his playing style is.
Okay, so so you talked to us about Drumline too and how that came about. And of course, that went well. So, and then I see you got like 10 endorsements back there on your wall.
Oh man, come on.
15?
10.
So what are some tips or advice, that you would give someone to go about getting endorsements?
Get endorsements. Don't bug nobody. I tell you that. Don't be hitting everybody up like, hey man, I see you're with Zildjian. Can you put me on? It don't work like that. It works off of your workability. What are you doing for this company? Like with me, I'm endorsed by Vic Firth, Pearl, Remo, and Zildjian. All right. These 4 companies, literally, they see the work ethic that I do for the percussion world, and they're like, okay, we want to sign him. We want him to be a part of our family. Why? Because I'm not just like, okay, I'm great, I'm do what I do, and that's it. No, I'm actually representing the companies that I'm with. And once they see it, they know, okay, yeah, we want him, we want him, we want her, we want her. We're gonna put so and so on our roster. Of course, one thing with me is like I always look up the details of the contract and see how is it gonna benefit me as well. But honestly, I'm honored and I'm proud to be a part of 4 of the main companies in the percussion world that I can honestly say I'm a part of their family. Yeah. I started off with Dynasty Drums. I actually did, and no pun intended to Dynasty. The reason why I left was certain different circumstances, but they have great drums. But when they had a little rocky situation where they lost ownership. And
I remember that. Yeah.
They got new managers, they got new ownership and everything. And for that whole like year or so, I wasn't endorsed by any drum companies. So of course, I was looking out to different drum companies and everything because Dynasty they didn't get a set owner until maybe a year and a half later. And when I talked to the owner, it was like, okay, we can do this, we can do that. But I had better offers from other companies. So I just took the best offer. So no, like I said, no pun intended. Dynasty has great products, has great instruments, amazing. But everything I look towards is like, all right, good quality, good durability, good customer service, and good representation. You know what I'm saying? It's all about relationships at the end of the day. Like you could be a great company, you could be a great player, a great musician, but if we don't connect as man to man or man to woman, that relationship is not gonna gel. Yeah. So boom. So I'll just say, hey, keep doing what you're doing. Like if you want to get on with Remo, if you want to get on with Evans, if you want to get on with Aquarium, what you got to do is, all right, you do some videos, get good quality videos, tag them, make sure you tag them, make sure you hashtag them, If you want to get on with ProMark, Vic Firth, Vader, whatever, tag them.
Yeah.
Tag them in all your videos.
Yes.
And same thing with every other company.
Yeah. So basically, it's about having a big media, I guess, presence. Big,
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, man, that's really some good insight on how to go about that if someone were to be looking for endorsements. I think what you said is, hey, don't be bugging some people because that doesn't actually work that way. Don't do that.
You cannot get on people's nerves. Hey,
Yeah.
my name is so and so. I want to be a part of your company. All right, let me look you up.
Yeah.
What can you bring to my company?
Right.
If I don't see what you can bring to my company, 9 times out of 10, you're not gonna get an email back. Or if you do, you'll probably get you need to work on this or work on that, this and that. Give some feedback. And sometimes when you get that feedback, they just keep hitting you up. Okay, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? Yeah. And it's like, all right.
Kind of almost burning bridges at that point.
Yeah, it's like, all right, figure out what you need to do. If we like you, we'll hit you up.
Yeah. And then another thing, with the media presence, you don't want to have no negative stuff out there either.
Exactly. You don't want to have no negative stuff. Like, one thing about me, okay, so I do a lot of covers to a lot of music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Of course, all this music has some of this music has cursing in it. Yeah. I always, wherever I do, I make sure it's visually good and sonically good. So, like, let's say a 10-year-old is watching my videos, and I don't want nobody hearing the F words, all these different bombs going on while I'm playing drums. I don't want no explicit. Like, I always make sure I get the clean version or whatever, or I just do the instrumental. That's another thing. That's a great standpoint right there. You never want to have no bad media presence. You don't want to be on media arguing with people because they say, oh, okay, he's an arguer. He's gonna say what basically what's on his mind on social media and don't care who's watching. You don't want to have that in there, and that's with every company though. It's not just with endorsements. It's with wherever you working. Everybody's watching.
Yeah.
Everybody is watching you. If you're a percussion instructor, if you're a band director, if you're it really doesn't matter what you do. If you have a big name for yourself, people are gonna watch you.
Yeah.
And you don't want to have no negativity towards your brand because your name is your brand.
Yeah. Yeah, because everybody put everything on Facebook nowadays.
Oh yeah. And there's nothing wrong with speaking your mind, but
yeah, but you got to know how to do it.
You got to know exactly how to do it.
Yeah.
Right. So you bring up some good things, man, and just being positive and just having that positive outlook. And, Marcus, I think on your end, you've been such a positive influence to so many young kids, as well as people who play drums and just people just in general. And, what advice would you give a young kid who is interested in playing percussion?
I would say this, go for it. If you go for it, I love it. Is that what you really want to do? All right. It's okay to try things out. It's all right to try anything out. If you want to play percussion, if you want to play trumpet, if you want to play marimba, if you want to play tuba, if you want to play triangle, try it out. See what you like. Try whatever you like out. Because at the end of the day, when you're older, you want to be able to say that I'm doing what I love to do and I'm making money doing it. Because you really don't, of course, like it's a lot of work that you put in to do what you love to do and make money off of doing it. But at the end of the day, it's like you're really not working. You're doing what you love to do. So it's like if you want to be a doctor, if you want to be a lawyer, what are you going to do? You're going to go to school. You're going to learn the different procedures of whatever you want to do, whatever you need to know so you can be that doctor or that lawyer. Exactly. Same thing with if you want to play drums. You want to be an amazing percussionist. So you got to put in that work to learn the 40 rudiments, to learn your scales, to learn how to play drums, to learn how to read, how to write. You got to put in that whole work to do everything. Get that scholarship to go to college. After college, take it to another level. I never knew that it was going to be another level after college. I definitely want it to be, but I never knew it would be the way it is right now. It's a blessing. It's an amazing thing just to get up out my bed and just get right here and make some music and talk about what I do. I'm making music. I'm creating music. I'm writing music. I'm doing all this stuff, and I got different things that's on VH1. I got things that's on Nickelodeon, things that's on ESPN. Like, it's an amazing feeling just to say that, yeah, I did that. I wrote that.
Yeah, that's
it's all around the world.
Yeah, that's a good point. Think just try it out, like you said. Try it out. If it's something that you want to do, stick with it. Is it easy to do this? And of course, absolutely not. It does take a lot of work. It takes a lot of personal sacrifice and things like that. So that's good.
But Rick, before you move on, but like your brother said, it's 24 hours in a day. You got to schedule your day. What time you gonna practice, or how long? How long are you gonna spend time with your family? How long are you gonna do this? What you said, like I said, ties back, and I wrote that down to start. I want to reiterate what your brother said, and that's true. And I think the kids need to understand that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You got to schedule your day out. That's how you're gonna be successful. That's what I feel.
Time management.
All the time. Man, I remember it was times where, all right, I gotta wake up for class at 8:00. Boom. Wake up for class. Go to class from 8 to about 1:00. Go to lunch. Go to the caf. Go to lunch. Boom, boom, boom. Finish my classes around 3. I got an hour right here to spare. What am I gonna do for this hour? Yeah. I'm gonna do a little bit of homework right here, and then I got band practice at 4. All right, 4 to 6, and then 7 to 9. All right, at 9:00. So 4 to 6, I got dinner. I go to dinner. I do a little homework while I'm at the caf, or I just chill, get my mind right for the next practice. Mm-hmm. All right, 9:00 we got sectionals. 9:00 to whenever we get out of sectionals. All right, cool. Boom. What am I gonna do now? I gotta get back up at 8:00. So I already got basically half my homework done because I scheduled different hours or different times where I can do this. I can knock that out real quick. Yeah. So it's all about time management. That's in college. Even now, right now, I'm doing a lot of lessons. So I do a lot of online lessons where I'm like, all right, okay, and got lessons starting at 4 to 5. All right, I'm gonna give myself 30 minutes to recuperate. All right, now I got one at 5:30 to 6:30. All right, cool. Boom, I got this podcast at 7:30. All right, I'm scheduling everything. Throughout the day, I'm working on different music, writing different music for what I'm gonna teach in my lessons or what I'm gonna teach whoever, or I'm writing for different programs. Yeah, it's all about time management. All right, I'm going to sleep by 1:00. Mm-hmm. I'm going to sleep by 1:00, and I'm up by 9:00, the latest. And it's like all about how you gotta schedule your time.
Yeah, this time management thing is a big piece in all of our lives, and all three of us on this cast right now has been affected by, in somehow, some way, the whole COVID situation. I know I have, EP has, and I'm sure you have, Marcus. Yeah. And I know you're instructing at Fayetteville State right now. Is that correct? Mm-hmm. Okay, so with everything that's been going on, what have been some of the challenges that you've run across being an instructor at Fayetteville State University, just with the drumline?
This year has been a big challenge. I rarely see them. I rarely meet with them because of, it's like, all right, the university, they shut off all CIAA, all football games. No, it's nothing going on. Like, of course, in the fall, we ain't have anything. We thought we was gonna have something in the spring. That's cut. Everything is cut. So it's like, it's still a class. It's still a class. Still have to get their grade and everything. So it's like, all right, how do I do things virtually? But at the end of the day, it's like, all right, well, since he's not a professor, like, I don't have a degree. I'm just an instructor there. So I'm not on the payroll this year, but I'm still giving back. I'm still sending them music. This is what you need to learn, this and that. But it's like, all right, but I still have to make a grown man decision for myself. Like, I'm busy doing this, making money off of doing that. But I'm going back and forth. I'm dibbling and dabbling with a lot of different things. But yeah, it's definitely hard because you still want all the freshmen that came in, you want them to come back next year. Hopefully, you want them to come back next year for when things do get back to normal. Hopefully, it gets back to normal, and we do have a football season in the fall next year. But we want enrollments. You have to stay like in tune with the students there. So yeah, basically one thing that I do, I probably get up with them like maybe once a week. I text them, I see how everything doing, how your class is going, this and that. It's hard. It's hard though, because like making sure everybody stays safe. Like some of them are on campus, some of them are at home. If you're on campus, please stay safe. Like wear a mask, sanitize yourself. Make sure you got some Lysol and you spraying everything down. Like, cause you're amongst hundreds of other people and you don't want to get sick.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm really focused on them being safe.
And that's good. I know your time is valuable, right? And have you set certain expectations for the students that you're instructing right now?
Always.
Playing wise.
Always. I want you to be better than what you were yesterday. I want you to be better than what you were a week ago, 2 weeks ago, last week, last year. I want you to be better every single day. Playing wise, school wise, living wise, everything.
Good.
And that's what pushes me to make myself be better, because I can't be saying this to them and I'm not doing anything to be better. Because it's a lot of people that look up to me. It's a lot of people that look to me and be like, oh, okay, he's doing this. He's doing great. He's doing good things. I'm gonna be great like him. And I always tell people, nah, you can be better. You can keep going.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, the COVID thing, man, that was one of my biggest challenges, I guess, doing the Zoom thing, because they shut the campus down in the fall. So it was straight Zoom, but with the sound, the audio, man, it was kind of crazy. But that's what's up, Fayetteville State. I just want to say, you my boy. So once, the football season come back open, I'm gunning for y'all.
Oh, let's get it. What's so crazy is we played y'all, I think, one time, and that was like the finals or whatever, the championship.
Yeah, the championship.
Yeah. And it's like, I think they say every single year it's always Virginia State and Fayetteville or Virginia State and Winston or somebody like that. But hey, during the regular season, we never see y'all.
But see, back in the day when me and Rick marched, we played Fayetteville State all the time. We went down to that school.
All the time.
I mean, when they had harnesses, they had the white harnesses with the drums. They didn't have straps. They had the harnesses, you know?
Yeah.
But, back then, we used to play them all the time. But now, we only play them if it was a championship. But,
right.
I'm coming for you, boy.
Let's get it.
I'm joking.
Let's get it. Hey, it's all good. You can come for me. I'm coming for everybody.
Yeah.
I'm making sure my students do it. So, boom.
So when preparing for a show, I guess the shows you be doing for the kids and different stuff. Talk to us about your practice regimen. When preparing for a show, creative ideas. What is your process?
Okay, so I do a lot of motivational speeches, a lot of shows for like high schools, middle schools, elementary schools, as well as I do a lot of I go on tour with Drumline Live. So I just go ahead and go into my shows and what I do. So when I'm doing it for like middle schools, elementary schools, high schools, different programs, I think about, all right, like I said, they don't know what a triple Hbcu is with a flam on 5, or they don't know what none of that is. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, all right, what is gonna get their attention? I'm not that old, you know what I'm saying, but I can still listen to the music that they listen to. Some of it doesn't make sense to me, but they like it. But but I just make sure I incorporate. All right, it's gonna be some music that they like, that they listen to, that they hear every day. You know what I'm saying? This is some music they listen to every day, even if it's just the instrumental.
Yeah.
It could be just the instrumental, and I'm going just making up different licks for the instrumental. All right, 32 counts here. All right, I'm gonna play this for 64 counts here. One thing that I don't do, I don't freestyle. Okay. I don't really like freestyling like that. I mean, I can freestyle, but I'd rather have something set in stone. Like, this is what I'm gonna do every single show.
Gotcha.
Or every single time. Like, even when I record my videos, I don't freestyle because I only got one camera. So I get a camera right here, or I get and then I'll shoot it one time here, shoot it one time with the side view, shoot it an over top view or whatever kind of view. Yeah. But I'm playing the same exact thing every single time.
Every time.
I think let me cut in real quick and just say I think that's really fantastic if you say, you know, hey, look, everything you do, you want it to be professional, and it's very rare that you jump out there and say, look, I'm just gonna go off the top of my head and do everything. So I think that's really great to really just have a plan set in place when you step on that stage.
Right.
That's major.
Yes, sir. You gotta do it. I mean, you gotta have a plan. You one thing about me, when I just try to go free form everything, is like, all right, I'm over here rambling, or when I'm on stage, I don't know, like I still get stage fright. I still do, regardless of how long I've been playing. Like when I'm in front of different people, I get stage fright. But if I know exactly what I'm doing, I'm in the zone, I know what's going on, it's muscle memory. So it's gonna do it itself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's gonna do it itself instead of me trying to freestyle and I'm just rambling.
Gotcha.
Doing the same exact thing. So yeah, preparing for it. Okay, I look for different songs. What's the hottest songs? What's on the top 40? What's going on with? All right, what city am I in? All right, if I'm in DC, all right, they like go-go. If I'm in Atlanta, they like that Migos type stuff. You know, the triplet rap. You know, and I can do a lot of stuff with the triplet rap. What's popping right now? Like what's going on with like basically musically. Even like viral videos that like let me see, like the it could be like little funny viral videos that went on like TikTok or like on Vine back in the day. Just viral videos, and I just take a cut of that and it'll be something funny and put it in my show.
Gotcha.
Like I do a lot of mixing and mastering with. I basically make all my shows. I go into Logic, put all my shows in here. I mix it into from one song to another song. I might put some words from a different song to this other song. And, you know, I do a lot of different. So that's the hard process. The easy thing is going up there and performing it. Yeah, that's easy. That's the easy part. I've done shows from 2 minutes to shows to about 11 minutes by myself.
Wow.
Yeah, them 11-minute shows, crucial.
Well, I know. That's a long time. That's a long time.
That's a long time to be playing by yourself. Yeah. And I had to get that in my mind, like, 11 minutes. I know that's what they wanted. They wanted, yeah, you can play for 10 minutes. And I'm like, oh my God. But you got to be
snare drum for 10 minutes.
Snare drum for 10 minutes.
Yeah. By yourself.
By yourself. So it's like, yeah, you gotta know how to milk the system. All right, cool. For about 5 minutes out this 10 minutes, I'm gonna be having people come out the crowd.
Yeah.
And I would like do whatever. All right, you play this, you play that.
Yeah.
This track, whatever.
Yeah.
I play a rhythm, you play a rhythm.
Yeah.
All right, everybody come together. I'm playing rhythms with my sticks. Y'all playing the rhythms back.
That's how you do it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's ways you gotta milk it. I messed up that one time I did that 11-minute show of straight playing. When I finished, my hands was like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, oh my God, I would never in my life do that again.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the important thing is that preparation, right? You know, proper preparation before you even get up on the stage.
Right. Exactly.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, that's the approach that I take with doing shows for the kids and everything, like middle schools, elementary schools, high schools. Different stuff that I also do is I do a lot of clinics. I do a lot of virtual shows now. I definitely do a lot of virtual shows now, and that's actually easy, but it's not the same. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
The virtual shows are easy because I'm doing like
You by yourself.
by myself. I'm recording it, I'm editing it, so when I send it off, it's cool. But it's nothing like playing in front of 500 to 5,000 people, 10,000 people. That's right there in front of you. It's nothing like it. Even if it's 50 people. Yeah, even if it's 10, 15, 50 people, you still love it.
Yeah, right.
Man, this has been really great, man. Marcus, you have, marched at an HBCU, stellar high school career as well. You're an instructor at an HBCU, and you're a businessman per se, and you've showed a lot of folks how to take this one drum and really brand yourself as a serious musician at this point, just playing snare drum. You've gotten some great opportunities, and I was just curious, and I'm sure UP as well. How have all these opportunities helped you grow as a musician or just as a person, just in general?
Nothing is impossible. Anything is possible. Nothing is impossible. When I realized that, it's like, why stop? What's the point of stopping or what you love to do? I got a scholarship to college. I was in the movie Drumline too. When I did that, I made it. Nah, don't stop there. Don't stop. Yeah. I got gigs out in LA. I was like, man, I'm getting gigs in LA. Boom, I get a gig in Japan. I'm in Japan for 6 months. Boom, I moved back out to LA. Boom, I moved back to Atlanta. I'm teaching in Atlanta. I moved to New York, teaching in New York. I moved back to North Carolina. I'm teaching here at Fayetteville State, as well as doing clinics and traveling the world, doing clinics here, doing clinics there, doing shows here, shows there, doing performances here, going on tour with Drumline Live. I'm doing all of these things. I'm with a group now called Fire. We're doing a lot of corporate gigs. I never in my life would have thought that I'll be playing at the Walmart headquarters, the Google headquarters, the Netflix headquarters. Never in my life would have thought I'd be playing at these different headquarters. Delta headquarters is crazy. It's ridiculous. And what are you doing? Oh, just come play for 10 minutes. Okay. Yeah, here go your plane ticket. Here go your hotel information. This is what you're getting paid. Boom. All you gotta do is come play. What?
Good stuff, man.
And it's amazing. Like, nothing is impossible.
Yeah, it's fantastic. This has been really great, and I thank you. That's all I can say. You've given us some good information. You've given our viewers some good information as well. And like you said, nothing is impossible if you put your mind to it. You're living witness. You've just had some great things happen for yourself, and you can just show to everybody, you too can do this if you put your mind to it. Yeah, man. So here we are. We're about to go ahead and close it on out at this point. We're going to get into the bonus question at this time. And the bonus question would be, if you could march for any other HBCU outside of North Carolina Central, who would it be?
It only got to be one?
Hey, man, it's open for you.
It's open? I can say whoever.
Yeah, whoever, yeah.
All right, cool. Boom. Let's get it. All right, I would definitely want to march.
But hold on. But before you do it, you would say, "Hey, this school and why?"
Oh, I'm going in.
Yeah,
definitely going in. All right, boom. I would definitely want to march for Norfolk State University. I love $1 Million Funk Squad's technicality. Their name is. Oh, it's like over the top. Like, it's amazing. They can play their tail off. Like, everything is dope. Tuning wise, it's okay, but it's meant it works for them because like everybody's playing different things. Like, it's not just the snares that's playing. It's not just the Quince that's playing a whole bunch. It's everybody. Everybody's playing. Everybody has hands. They have a unique technique. It's like where you know how we have stick heights 3, 6, 9, 12.
Yeah.
They have a different, unique type technique where it's like they got like 0, 1, 2, and all this other stuff. Like out, and they come here and they come up. I'm just like, what? That's crazy. So that's definitely another school I would. That's one school I would want to be would have marched with. Other school, I'm gonna go ahead and keep it from here. Keep it close. Definitely would have wanted to march with Virginia State. Virginia State has been an icon in since I've been growing up. Of course, because Mr. Whitehead went to Virginia State University, but it's not just because of that. Like, they got hands. Y'all can play. And I had the pleasure to actually come see y'all when I was I was 8. I mean, in 8th grade, 9th grade.
Yes.
And I remember. Oh man, I can't remember his name. Tall, dark skin, played snare.
Jamal Stretch.
Jamal. No. This is back when I was younger. Dark skin.
Johnny.
Dreads. He was tall. He was an alpha.
Talk about T.
T.
Talk about T. Yeah.
Jamal.
I can't remember his name, but it's around like 2005, 2006.
Jamal.
I came to Trojan Explosion, and I'm playing snare, and y'all was teaching some groove, and a lot of people couldn't get it, and they were just playing it, and everybody was like, "What are you playing?" Because you got a lot of people like, we're like, "What are you playing?" And Brody was like, "That's a 6-stroke roll." I'm like, "Okay." And he's like, "Bro, you was like in 7th grade, 8th grade." I'm like, "Yeah." But he was like, "Yeah, you got the groove." Yeah. So, I mean, that's probably wrong, but I remember that. And it's like, okay, that's just a groove. And y'all playing all this in a groove. That's dope.
Sounds familiar to me.
When I came, after college, when I came, and I was like working with you guys, and I was out there just watching, like, oh man, these boys are actually playing. Like, everything sounds good, tuning sounds great. I know you was in the middle of tuning that night before Labor Day Classic, whatever. But
and I want to speak on that. Man, people was mad about that, because you came out.
I knew it would happen. I knew it was gonna happen.
I mean, but look, it was a last minute thing. It was a week of, right? It was like 2, 3. Like, man, it's a nice idea. Would you like to do it? He was like, yes. Oh, well, no, he's not a VSU alum now, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, but yeah, I appreciate it, man.
And I love just being a part with you guys. Like, just playing. Like, I actually felt being a part of Virginia State University. Drumline. Like, I felt that love. Of course, we was at Norfolk and they hated it. They hated it. but yeah, that was a great experience right there as well. Just that whole week I was going back and forth that whole week from Warren County to Virginia to B State every week. So I was working with Warren County, and then right after that, me and Whitehead would go on the road, come to Virginia State. We over here. I'm watching them practice. Mr. Powell would be like, "Hey, go work with the snare. We're about to go on the sectionals. Go work with the snares. Boom, boom, boom." Yeah. So, and like, I'm over here like, they already got it. What are you talking about? No. When you get with them by themselves, you can see what's going on. I'm like, all right. I mean, you really trust me. I'm DOA. I'm Axis. I'm not Orange Thunder. I'm not Drum 5. I'm none of that. But you trust me with your snare drum. It's like, bro, you're a professional. You're an educator. Yes. Anything that you see, maybe I didn't see it, or something like that. So it's always a great thing to always be able to go to different programs and be able to give my input. But I'm never. One thing about me, I'm the type that's like, I'm not gonna overstep nobody's toes.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna step on nobody's toes. Like, if you want me to help, I help.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a great experience. Virginia State definitely would have been a part of that drum line.
One more.
One more? Just one more?
One more school.
All right, just one more. All right. I'm just going ahead and say fam.
FAMU,
gonna
that's
say
the name
fam.
that keeps coming up.
I'm gonna say fam. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm gonna say fam. Like, if you don't know, my band director at Central, Jordan Reed, he went to fam. He marched at fam.
Yes.
Fam Rowley, he marched at fam. And well, my percussion instructor at the time when I got there was Dr. Alhorn. He marched at Prairie View. But before he was there, Kawachi Clemens was there. And basically they implement a lot of musicality into their music. Like, okay, with us, one thing that we do when we're playing with the band, we keep it in the pocket. What does a record play? The record plays this: 2s and 4s, cha cha cha, cha cha cha. We'll put a fill right here, whatever, and then keep it funky, keep it right in the pocket.
Yeah.
That was easy. That was cool. It was funky. It was cool. I like that. When I would listen to Virginia State, when I listened to Bethune-Cookman, when I listened to like South Carolina State, I would hear all these different arrangements and hear all these beats in their band arrangements. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, bro, I love that. We need to do that. Why? It's not in the song. That's true. That is true.
Yeah.
People don't know what, like I said, people don't know what a 5 with an accent on 2 is.
Yeah.
They don't know that. Sounds good. It's kind of like, but yeah, I would definitely say fam. They actually, from the people that I had an encounter with, they like with Mr. Clemens, with TJ Lovely, with Taurus Lovely, with like even just hearing about Dr. James and hearing about all these different people that went to fam and played over, it's like, it's not just drumline stuff that they know. They know music. Like, I wish I would have been in a music program and learning Logic and learning all this other stuff when I was in college.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Good for you.
So yes, I mean, so when Florida, I'm thinking about Bethune-Cookman. You know, I love FAMU. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But I love that caviar and tambourine, man. That's
oh yeah, I love that too. It's funky. That's funky. Like, it got it's that different sound, which is crazy. You got Bethune-Cookman right here in Daytona, and you got Tallahassee. You got fam at Tallahassee, and they got 2 totally different sounds.
Totally.
Like, it's like night and day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Of course, you know, Bethune's way more technical.
Yes. Yeah.
They're playing way more beats.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's like, all right, both of them are great schools.
Yeah. Oh, both. Yes.
Both are great schools. I give respect to all of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, right now, if I can go to any school's top 3, would probably be Virginia State, Norfolk, fam. If you want to do top 5, I'll put A&T on there, and I'll put South Carolina State on there. But
okay,
there we go.
top 5. Okay. All right. So part 2, second bonus question. And you know, I discussed it with Rick. He didn't want to do it. I'm like, we gonna do it. So it was my idea. All right. So I'm a big executive for T-Mobile, Sprint, whoever. I'm offering you $50,000 right now. I want 30 seconds of your best stuff. Sticks on a pad. Let's go. 30 seconds. I'm offering you $50,000. No, playing.
Nah, what contract at?
I got it. I'm gonna send it to you.
Like, what a contract at? You want something playing right now?
Hey, look, man, he just got done telling us he doesn't like to freestyle, right?
Yeah, I don't. But it's all right.
But you said you had stuff playing.
There it is. Tell me when to go.
Go ahead. 30 seconds.
Yeah, we've heard enough.
Oh, he's still going. I'm
Masterful.
signing a check. 30,000 right there.
That's masterful playing. Masterful.
That's what's up, man. I'm signing a check. There you go. That's what's up.
It is.
But
Hey,
yeah, man, very good info. Rick, you got anything else you wanted to piggyback off on?
No, Marcus, I just want to say thank you. We're glad that you came on. This was a pleasure talking with you today, and this has just been a great treat for Elijah and myself. And thank you for coming on the HBCU Drumline Talk. Thanks again.
Yeah, anytime. I really appreciate it. Really appreciate the opportunity. I love to get on the phone and talk to anybody about drumming, especially when it's HBCU drumming. We're all percussionists out here. The difference between a lot of things I be seeing, the difference between HBCU drumming and DCI drumming is DCI is actually Drum Corps International. You know what I'm saying? HBCU is historically black colleges and university. So it's not just about drumming with HBCU. So you can't compare the two. But at the end of the day, HBCU has a great like background with marching bands, with drum lines. We have a great background with all of that stuff. But at the end of the day, it's like HBCU means historically black college universities. And we are amazing college universities. We are amazing. A lot of greatness comes from these different colleges. So if it's highlighting HBCUs and drum lines of HBCUs and everything, I'm definitely 100% with it.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I appreciate that, man. Very good information, and but we have come to the end. I also want to thank Marcus Joyner for taking this time on this day, to be a guest on HBCU Drumline Talk. Other than that, man, take care, bro. And continued success for you.
You already know. Likewise, y'all take care.
Yes, sir.
Marcus, it's good to meet you.
You got my number.
Yes.
I can go ahead and give you my number, Mr. Reese.
Okay, Ricardo.
So, yeah, let's keep in touch with each other. That's one thing
Yes,
we
sir.
always have to do is stay accountable for each other.
Okay.
Us being the color that we are, and being in the world that we live in, we have to check up on each other. Make sure everybody's good spiritually, mentally, making sure everybody is there.
Yes.
Because like I just lost my friend like 2 days ago.
Sorry about that, man.
Reckless.
Sorry about that.
Reckless, all this other stuff. Like it's regardless of it, we need to celebrate us black men. We need to celebrate us great people at the end of the day. And we need to check on each other. Let's make sure everything is good. And let's stay in touch. So yeah, I really appreciate the call, really appreciate the opportunity.
Okay, my friend.
I'll check Rick's number. Your number's still the same, right? I think I still got it, but
yeah, mine's still the same.
okay. Yeah, I'll text you Rick's number, whatever. Other than that, I'll see you in the fall. VSU versus the Fayetteville State.
All right.
Wait on.
Be safe,
man,
bro.
be safe and stay warm. Okay.
Y'all be safe as well.
All right,
All right,
man.
my friend. Take it
All
easy.
right.
Okay, EP. That was great, man. He gave us a lot of good information there. The conversation was really good. Talked about some things I didn't really know. And, he just was really overall just a great person to just speak with.
Great person, yeah, man. Like I said, he took a chance with the Drumline, movie. He went on the street, played the drums, made some money, and made the trip down there. And that what not saying that wasn't the only thing, but it helped him to what he's doing now.
Exactly.
I mean, sometimes you gotta take that chance.
Right. Those opportunities don't come up. And, at that point he took a chance, and, here it is. It paid out for me. He's such a great guy. Just talking to him is just such a, personality. His personality is great, real friendly and everything. You've probably seen a lot of his work, back on the East Coast that he's done as well. So that's what I have to say about it.
Yeah. Okay. So we'd like to thank everyone for tuning in today with our special guest, Marcus Joyner. Stay tuned to our future episodes as we have some exciting stuff coming up.
We certainly
Please
do.
follow us on Facebook. Make sure to hit that like button and follow. We're also on SoundCloud, Spotify, Pandora, and iHeartRadio. Also, make sure to follow us on Instagram, HBCU_drum_line_talk for all updates. Once again, Ricardo and I would like to thank everyone for listening. Be safe and take care.
Stay warm, everybody. Have a good night.